Good morning, everyone. My name is Baylee Fingerhut, and I'm a junior at St. Joseph's University. Go Hawks! I'm originally from Schenectady, New York, and my passion for public policy led me to make the jump to Philadelphia to study at SJU. Oh, and the cheesesteaks are definitely an added plus. Last spring, I joined Network's Young Advocates Leadership Lab as a Sister Carol Colston Fellow. I'm one of Network's 10 Colston Fellows mobilizing young voters on Catholic college campuses across the country, and I'm privileged to lead the effort at St. Joe's. Every week, I speak with my peers about multi-issue voting. I go to classes to remind people of important election dates and voter ID information, and most importantly, I register students to vote. 2 weeks 2 weeks ago, on National Voter Registration Day, which was September 17th, I had the pleasure of hosting the Philadelphia Eagles defensive tackle Thomas Booker, the team's cheerleaders, and even Swoop at St. Joe's to join in our efforts to get students registered to vote and excited about hitting the polls in November. I joined Network's advocacy work because I believe in the grassroots initiatives. I'm a firm believer in investing in the democratic process and bringing about change from the ground up. My dad passed away from cancer when I was just 10 years old, and I witnessed firsthand the inequities in our healthcare system. Despite my dad losing his battle to cancer, my family was still plagued with financial concerns. Medical debt is the leading cause of bankruptcy for all people in the U.S., regardless of race. It makes me wonder, how can this be? As one of the most developed countries in the world, how are we leaving so many people behind? One of the things about a cancer diagnosis is it brings you into a community with so many others affected by this disease. There are people who have lost their parents, children, brothers, sisters, cousins, you name it, from all walks of life who the healthcare system has fundamentally failed. It's this experience that drives me to work for a future where no one has to watch a loved one deteriorate due to a lack of access to care. While my dad was able to have an amazing team of doctors and nurses, many are not as lucky, and fighting a disease is a multifaceted issue. When groceries become more expensive, how do you afford them in a newly one-income household after losing a loved one? What about if you're living in an area that's far away from a cancer treatment center? My family's experience formed my belief that we should all have access to the resources we need to thrive, regardless of the circumstances we face. No matter where you live, the color of your skin, the money in your pocket, we all deserve the freedom to be healthy. It is challenges like these that remind us of the importance of grassroots movements and illustrate why we need to be multi-issue voters. It's not enough to focus solely on healthcare. We must consider how economic policies, housing, and transportation all intersect to impact people's lives. By advocating for a broad range of issues, we can help create a more equitable society where everyone has the opportunity to thrive, especially those facing the most significant challenges. It has been such a privilege to equip my community at St. Joe's to register to vote and to provide them with nonpartisan voter education and resources. Every vote matters, and it is rewarding to remind students of that and to provide them with the space in which they can voice their policy issues, concerns, and questions. Network's commitment to equity, racial justice, and the common good reflects my belief that we must be well-rounded and informed citizens when casting our ballots. The most powerful tool we have to use is our vote. When we vote, whether we are young, old, black, brown, white, indigenous, rich, or poor, we unleash the power to bring about real change for our communities. Together, let's make our voices heard at the ballot box and work toward a future where justice and dignity are part of everyone's realities. Let's ensure everyone has the freedom to thrive, and let's vote our future. And I now have the honor of introducing Reverend Dr. Cassandra Gould.